Hey, it's Denise, and if you watched the video I posted a little earlier, I had great plans and a list of a to-do list that had so much to do, but I'm just not feeling it today. The whole sinus thing seems to be coming back, and the vertigo and the headache, and I'm a little paler than my usual shade of pale. Not gonna lie, I don't normally have any glowing look. She just got back from vacation. Look at that fabulous tan she has. No, you're never really gonna see me looking like that. If I'm out in the sun without sunblock on, you're gonna see, oh, look at that rash on her face. She forgot to put sunblock on. So the only color on my face would be that spot that looks like either the beginning of a zit, or perhaps I'm developing my third eye. Just a thought. Okay, as I'm probably not getting a whole lot done today, before I retreat under my pile of blankets, I thought I would talk about something that I forgot to mention. All the times I've talked about my seed collection, and I have never mentioned this. Now, I bought this last year. I got it from a company called My Patriot Supply. You can find them online at mypatriotsupply.com. Last time I checked, they were sold out of them, but that was like a month ago. I don't know. Maybe they have them again. You can check. Other companies, I'm sure, sell similar things. Essentially, this is like a garden's worth of seeds in one container, and the seeds are stored in individual sealed Mylar bags, and it says that they have a minimum of 5 years, so they have it as 5 years plus as far as the seeds staying viable. And of course, you're supposed to keep it in a relatively cool place, so you don't want to leave this in your car in the summer where it's going to get hot. But if you're keeping it in the house and your house isn't, unreasonably warm, then these should be just fine. Now, check out all those veggies and things on the label there. Label, it's a can. It's not a separate label. Do I still get to call it a label? I'm just going to say on the can. That's a representation of all the things that are in here. As you can see, it is organic. I'm going to read you. And all the seeds originate in the United States. So, organic seeds from organic farms here in the U.S. And I am going to have to put on the granny glasses for a minute to read you the varieties that are contained within. There we go. You get to look at the pretty picture. I'll tell you what it says on here about these wonderful things. It says what we already kind of saw on the front: USD certified organic, plant now or store in a cool location for 5+ years, seeds individually sealed in resealable military grade Mylar, 100% heirloom seed, can be harvested and replanted. So they're letting you know that as long as you don't plant them somewhere that they cross-pollinate, and therefore you would have a hybrid, as long as you plant them where that's not going to happen, you could save seeds from your plants and then be able to use those seeds again the following year. That's just, one of the great things about heirlooms is that they produce true from generation to generation. So if you want to grow something, then save the seeds from it and be able to grow that same thing again the next year. You want heirloom seeds, and you want to plant them where they are not going to cross-pollinate with another variety and accidentally cause you to create a hybrid, which is then not going to produce exactly the same thing if you save the seeds from it. Okay. I think I'm going to have to turn the label now too. Otherwise I would have to does this look weird? Does it look like I'm hiding behind? Does it look like I'm hiding behind the can now? Okay. I can tell you what they are. We have Blue Lake bush beans, and at the top here, just to make you more enthused if you're not already enthused, grow your own food with these 21 hardy varieties friendly to most growing regions. Starts off with Blue Lake bush beans. I have grown them, and true to their name, they are a bush bean. They don't need a trellis or support, and they're pretty prolific and pretty easy to grow. I actually container grew them. California Wonders sweet peppers. Sounds good to me. I'm not a hot pepper person. Marketmore cucumber. Never grown them. Not really big on cucumbers. I mean, I don't hate them, but, you know, if I have limited garden space, probably not something I'm going to pick to grow. Nantes carrots. They're a common variety of carrot. Paris Island romaine lettuce. Golden acre cabbage. I've never grown cabbage. Recently I've watched some videos. I don't know if you've ever watched Simple Alaska Living, their channel. As the name implies, they live in Alaska and they live off-grid. They do lots of gardening. They do a lot of hunting and fishing, which now you're going to be like, Denise, don't be such a wuss. And I'm not saying this in any way that is bad about them or anyone else who hunts and fishes. If you're doing it for the food and you're using all of the food, more power to you. Personally, I don't think I could kill an animal, and I find it kind of gross watching someone kill an animal. Like, I'll skip that part of the video, or watching someone cut up a freshly dead animal. And but if that doesn't bother you, and not all their videos are that, they do a lot of gardening, they do a lot of cooking, they do a lot of food preservation videos that are really, really awesome. You should check them out. They're a couple who moved to Alaska, I guess 2 years? It's their second year there now. And they have some really great content. That's Simple Living Alaska, I think is the name of their channel. Anyway, Denise, get back to reading the label. Where were we? What made me think of them was the cabbage. I watched a video of her making this basically canned coleslaw. People always say cold slaw. It's not, it's coleslaw, and I was just guilty of doing it myself. Where she added other sort of crunchy root vegetables to it so that the canning process wouldn't turn it into soggy coleslaw, which if you only used cabbage, you could end up with soggy coleslaw. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't really eat coleslaw, but it's so visually appealing. I wish I liked it. Okay. Detroit dark red beets, Cascadia peas, California light red kidney beans, beefsteak tomatoes, cherry bell radishes, green sprouting calabrese or calabrese, not sure how you pronounce that, broccoli. That sounds like one of the early broccolis, though. You know, the sprouting broccolis, as opposed to forming like a large head, they grow in the spring, and they're smaller shoots of broccoli, and they generally produce early. So if that's what it is, then that's awesome. Butternut winter squash, Bloomsdale spinach, yellow sweet Spanish onions, Roma tomatoes, Hale's best jumbo melon, which if you're looking at the picture, because there's another watermelon listed, if you're looking at the picture, there's something that looks like a cantaloupe right there. So I'm going to guess that's what a Hale's best jumbo melon is. Snowball cauliflower, Black Beauty summer squash, Sugar Baby watermelon, and standard chives. So that's what's in here. And I just thought it was interesting because it comes sealed in Mylar, so that, and in this metal, tin metal type can with a plastic lid that they have this black, it's almost like electrical tape, I guess, keeping like a really airtight seal around the can. And then the seeds themselves are sealed in airtight Mylar bags to protect them, and that's what helps give them a longer shelf life of better germination, etc. So Like I said, I got it from My Patriot Supply, but I'm sure there are other companies that probably sell similar items. I've seen them outrageously priced on Amazon. So if you're looking at it and the price is, 20 times what you should be paying for the seeds, don't do it. If you can just buy the seeds, seal them up yourself and keep them in a cool place, and you're probably almost as good as these, honestly. I bought these last year before there was any kind of seed shortage or COVID thing going on, so I didn't buy these during a seed shortage, so there wasn't the whole jacked up price situation going on. So, but yeah, places that sell prepper type items or emergency food or preparedness food, survival food, you can, if you're Googling any of those things, you might find places that sell things like this. Also, I mean, they were overpriced when I checked them out on Amazon. Things may have gotten better as, there is more demand and there is more competition, because some people are starting to say enough with the price gouging and not purchasing things that are ridiculously overpriced. It's like, no, I think I'll just hold off until the prices normalize a little bit. So hopefully you can find it at, a fair price. Yes, you're going to pay a little more because of the fact that it's all heirloom, organic, non-GMO, made in the United States, packed in Mylar, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, you expect to pay a little more for the convenience of it all being in one container, but that doesn't mean you should pay a ridiculous price. After all, they are still just the seeds that they say they are. They've been sourced carefully and they've been packaged carefully. You take that into account in what you want to spend. But I just thought I would share that, because with all of the seeds that I show you that I buy, I realized I never showed you these. And I guess I didn't think of them as part of my seed collection, because they're not going to be going into that plastic container that has the rest of my seeds in it. But they are, they're definitely a seed collection. They're their own little thing, but it's a decent number of varieties as represented on the picture there. If you've already forgotten my thoroughly interesting reading of them, you can see it's everything from greens to some chives to season it up to then, your various veggies. So something like this you might want to look into. Again, I wouldn't let yourself be totally ripped off on the price, but if you can find one at a reasonable price, obviously I would get one, because I did get one. Although, like I said, I got it when there was no seed shortage. I just thought, oh, that's cool. I don't have to worry that if I forget in a given year to buy something that I won't have seeds, because I have a sort of variety that's good for at least 5 years. That was my thinking when I bought this last year. But with what's going on now, all the more reason to buy seeds. So I hope this was helpful and informative. Again, I got mine from mypatriotsupply.com. I'm sure they're not the only people who sell similar items, but check them out, or check out whoever you buy your seeds from. Please like, subscribe, share, and I know you wouldn't want to miss one of my videos. Hit that notification bell. That's the first time I ever asked you guys to do that. I'm waiting. Go ahead. Hit the notification bell. Did you do it? I hope you did it. Anyway, as always, thank you for taking the time to watch. Have a great day, and I will see you again soon.